Hey guys, welcome to the CFL Football Show for week number 6. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your weekend. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. All right, CFL week number 5 is in the books, and man, we're getting close to August, and before you know it, Labor Day weekend will be here, and CFL action will be in full force, and college footballs, NFL, right around the corner. And looking at the first 5 weeks of the CFL football season, you can see the Montreal Alouettes have really came out strong out of the gate. But we do have some surprises so far in the Canadian Football League. And the number one surprise to me is the Saskatchewan Roughriders. If you look at their power ranking right here at atsstats.com, I'm just going to get the power ratings out. And there they are. The Montreal Alouettes 5-0 to start the year. Strength of schedule's been pretty low at 34%. We got a power rating of 67 on the Montreal Alouettes. The Toronto Argonauts, who are going to take on the Montreal Alouettes in Montreal tonight for Thursday, July 11th. They're 2-2 in the year. Their power rating's at 60. Their strength of schedule, they've had along with Edmonton, they have the hardest schedule so far at 70% strength of schedule. Saskatchewan coming in at number 3 at 56% on the power rating. They're 4-0 in the year. BC Lions 4-1. Pretty weak strength of schedule at 24%, but their power rating at 52. Calgary at 2-2 with a power rating of 50. Winnipeg 1-4. Probably the biggest disappointment so far through the first 5 weeks of the Canadian Football League is the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Zach Leros didn't play last week. We'll see what's his status going forward. Their power rating's at 43. Strength of schedule's at 66. So right up there with Toronto with a tough power rating in Edmonton. The Ottawa Redblacks 2-2. They have a power rating of 43. They lost to Winnipeg last weekend. And Edmonton 0-4, 82.5% strength of schedule. Toughest one in the Canadian Football League. 41 is their power rating. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats, just like Edmonton, have yet to taste victory. They are 0-5 on the year. 38 power rating, and their strength of schedule is at 76%. So, let's take a look at the CFL through the first 5 weeks. Last week, you can see the favorites won 75% of the games. They went 3-1, 2-2 against the number, and the over cashed 75% of the tickets, 3-1 to the over. On the season, the over-unders for the Canadian Football League, pretty neutral market. We are at 50%, and 70% of the underdogs have won in the Canadian Football League. And if I go to my schedule, let's go to the ATS standings for the Canadian Football League. I'll let you know what ranges of the favorites have done very well in the Canadian Football League. All right, so home teams are 13-7 straight up, 11-9 against the number. Home favorites 7-4 straight up, 4-7 against the point spread, 6-5 to the over. And the road underdogs, road underdogs right here, 7-4 against the number, good for 63.6%. Home underdogs are 7-2 on the year, that's good for 77%. And if you look at the ranges right here from pick 'em to -3, the over has hit 75% of those games. And let me see if we have any other numbers to really talk about here in the Canadian Football League. And really, you know what? Pretty much average right there when you look at the rest of the balance of the numbers. But underdogs so far in the Canadian Football Leagues have won 70% of the games. 14-6 through the first 5 weeks of the Canadian Football League. So, you know what? What goes up must come down. I don't think we're going to have a continuation of underdogs winning at a high clip like that. So I'm going to look for more favorites maybe this weekend when we look at the Canadian Football League. All right, let's get to your free play for week number 6 in the Canadian Football League. And we're going to go to Edmonton, where the Elks are going to take on the Ottawa Redblacks. Now, Edmonton's a 3.5-point home favorite. 49.5 is the total. I got a 26-24 victory for Edmonton on the computer pick. The over-under landing at 50.08, so we do like this game to go over the total. Edmonton is 0-4 in the season, while Ottawa 2-2 off that loss last week to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, 25-16. And if you look at the Ottawa Redblacks this season, game number 1, they beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 23-19. They took it on the chin against the Alouettes in week 2, 47-21. They won a tight one against the Hamilton Tiger Cats at home, 24-22. And then last weekend in Winnipeg, 25-16. For the Edmonton Elks, week number 1 against Saskatchewan, 29-21. Against Montreal, this was a tight battle, 23-20 at home against the Alouettes. And Montreal is the best team in the Canadian Football League right now. And just think about that. Edmonton was just 3 points away from tying it and going to overtime. And for Edmonton against Toronto, 39-36. and BC 24-21. So you can see the opponents, the Edmonton Elks, that face really some of the top teams in the Canadian Football Leagues. And this week they're taking on the Ottawa Redblacks. And when you look at the history between these two teams in Edmonton, Edmonton is 5-5, but only 3-7 against the number. And this is why I kind of like Edmonton on the money line for week number 6 against the Ottawa Redblacks. I'm going to take the Edmonton Elks on the money line against Ottawa for week number 6. This is your Sunday night TSN game of the week. And when you look at some of the stats and trends going into this game, nothing really earth-shattering to talk about. But Edmonton, since 1996, when they're coming off a 3-point loss, they are 5-10 to the under. And for the Ottawa Redblacks, you can see a lot of under trends here. In fact, we got system trends for the under. And in the last 3 years, any road team coming off a road loss as an underdog, 14-7 to the under in the following game. So you can see the under might be a little bit of a good play here for CFL bettors this week. But I think you get the money with Edmonton straight up on the money line. It's minus 172, and I think that's where you're going to cash a winning ticket this weekend in the Canadian Football League. All right, folks, don't forget, you can get every other game right here for free. Go to the website, atsstats.com, go to CFL, click on the top menu bar, and then once you do that, you're going to see the games. You got Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, BC, and Ottawa at Edmonton. And you can get the computer forecast for free right here at atsstats.com. Or if you want my premium picks, my best bets, I give them here at the website. Go to picks, and I will have my CFL football 5-star best bet of the week right here on the website this afternoon on Thursday, July 11th. And hopefully we can take you to the winner's circle. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.